My name is John Armstrong. I'm the Chief Officer for Technology and Innovation for Joliet Public Schools District 86 in Joliet, Illinois. Before we went with Rival5, we had a very old system that had just been added to over decades, and nobody was really managing it, and the costs were really getting out of control. It wasn't controlled or managed in any way, and we knew we had to move forward. We launched back in the winter of 2016-2017. The biggest impact was the cost. We are currently saving tens of thousands of dollars each month that we've been with Rival5. So just switching from an unmanaged to a managed service and bringing our systems up to speed was really the big eye-opener for us. The horror stories in our past have always been, nobody's really managing it, we need another phone line, call the phone guy, and somebody would put in a phone and we would pay for it. Nobody was really looking at what the impact of the organization would be in terms of added finance, added costs, and what other possible impacts there might be from just continually adding on. And I shouldn't say that nobody was looking, I should say that we weren't actively managing it in a way that we were able to make sense out of it and cut costs. What I found working with Rival5, both prior to and post installation, is the outstanding service and the customer service and just the ability to get help whenever we need help. We knew that we didn't want an out-of-the-box solution. We knew we were going to have to craft something and work with somebody who was willing to work with us, which Rival5 was able to. And although we were evaluating multiple providers at the time, we kept coming back to Rival5, and Rival5 kept coming back to the table because they were able to listen to our needs and come up with solutions that weren't just cookie-cutter solutions, that weren't just right out of the box, but that would work within our environment and our needs. And sometimes the values come out when we're asking for something specific. For example, we needed a solution that would work with our disaster recovery solution, and they were more than willing to help us architect that solution into our current phone service. It also came out when the pandemic hit. Certainly there were a lot of tech providers calling school districts trying to sell products when the pandemic hit, and that wasn't a necessity. But having trusted partners like Rival5 that we knew we could reach out to, and that took the initiative to reach out to us and say, what do you need, makes a big difference. And we were fortunate that prior to the pandemic, we had already provided our teachers with the call masking service, but we knew we were going to need to expand that once the pandemic hit. And it was easy, as easy could be. It was a simple phone call and we got the support we needed. We did experience pain points, and one of those was that we just didn't know everything that we had. So discovery was a big piece of our initial planning, and Rival5 helped us with that. And the pain points of what we were paying long distance where we didn't need to be paying. We were paying for phones that hadn't existed for years. So a lot of our pain points were along the lines of what are we actually paying for. And all of those pain points have been resolved. I do feel that Rival5's size is in our favor. Working with a smaller company that has the people who are doing the work are the ones that can sit down at the table with you and devise your plan and troubleshoot your problems makes a big difference. And that simply, we don't get that kind of support or service from a larger company. I feel like Rival5 took the time necessary to come up with what we needed for our solution. As I said, we knew we wanted something different. We knew we weren't going to be satisfied with an out-of-the-box solution. And that's why Rival5 kept getting invited back to the table. As a school district, sometimes the wheels turn very, very slowly before we can get to the point where we're ready to make a decision. But when we make that decision, we're very confident in it. And there were multiple players coming to the table when we were searching for a solution, but time and time again, the one that kept coming back was Rival5, because for that very specific reason, they were willing to listen to our needs and come up with solutions and ideas that would meet what we needed. I would recommend Rival5 to other school districts in particular. Rival5 has been able to do is really set up an example of a school district phone system that works within the parameters that school districts need to operate. And for us, it's been a complete win-win. I do receive phone calls asking for recommendations, and I'm very happy to recommend Rival5.